PA football news here. Lindsey Bennett. I'm going to interview Chris Eisworth, the South Williamsport head coach. Going to the semifinals. He's in the Final Four this year. You're only one of 4 teams left in the state at single A. How does that sound when you hear that?
Well, it's really, really exciting because, every year you coach, a lot of years you go into it, and you know that you're probably going to have a rebuilding year, or it's going to be a lean year, or you're going to have to break in some new kids, and so when you make it to this point, you can really relish in the fact that you're doing some things correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You're reaching the kids, and the staff's doing a good job. So it's really exciting.
Yep. You're facing last year's state champions, the biggest game you guys have played since 2014. What is the atmosphere going into this week and the coaching staff and of the players?
Well, I think number one, we started the process again yesterday, and we have our schedule that we go through. Monday we do certain things, Tuesday we do certain things. So at the end of the week we'll be playing Steelton, the returning state champ. But we're going to attack it the same way. I think that's one of the secrets of our business. Mondays we lift, we run, we do some schematics on the field. We do film, and that's our Monday. And it's going to be that way if we're playing Steelton or we're playing a normal league game. I think the kids can grasp the consistency of that. I think they can hold on to this is the process.
Mm-hmm.
And the process is going to help us succeed. So we kind of really don't discuss anything. We started watching some film on Steelton before practice, and you go through and oh my gosh, they're playing football just like everyone else plays football, and but they're really good athletes. They have some Division I youngsters that are really going to be a challenge for us to stop and to keep under wraps. But other than that, we're going to have to align correctly and read our keys and pursue and tackle and fit defensively, and offensively we're going to have to make our calls and play clean and get the snap and not jump off sides. And
Be fundamentally sound.
Hit the seams and make plays when we have to. Good
Mm-hmm.
special teams. Try to get your snaps and cover your punts and extra points and all that stuff. So it's really the same. It's just going to be a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
So
You guys looked on point Saturday night against Cambria Heights. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the preparation for that Saturday night game, since it was Saturday night instead of Friday night?
Yeah, it was really nice because we had an extra day, and so the only thing we had to work around Thanksgiving, but we practiced every day. The kids really were committed. The families were committed. We had them in each day and followed our schedule, and Thursday morning of Thanksgiving we had the kids in for 2-hour practice. It was a beautiful day. We were so blessed. The sun was shining. It was not cold. Then it was nice because we knew we were one of the very few teams practicing. So that gave it a good feeling. And then Saturday was an extra day. We had the kids come in the morning. It was it started the hunting season, which is huge in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys they sacrificed, came in, did their thing, and had a really good night. So it was a great evening, and I was so proud and happy for the staff and the players and the families for the fact that we were it wasn't a home game, but yet we were just across the river at Williamsport, which is just a phenomenal facility, and they did a great job hosting that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Cambria Heights has a really, really fundamentally sound team. The staff was great, and they've really, really come a long way. Talking to their coach and all the improvements they made, and winning a district title for program. So I mean, it was overall, you know, I thought the crowd was awesome. We had, you know, thousands of people there. There was a television game, so there was a lot of views, which is just great for the youngsters.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the more coverage they can get, the more accolades and credit they can get for playing football, I think in today's world is really important, because, you know, they're making a choice to be committed. You know, it's tough, you know, following the rigors of the year, and a lot of work's gone into this. So overall, it was just to come out on top, and the way we played, you know, the score of the game, getting the game under control early, and then following through was really special.
Yeah, that's great. Win or lose, South Williamsport has had an amazing year. Would you like to explain to the folks watching some of the behind the scenes stuff that no one really notices, like detailing with the injuries of some of the kids and how you overcame the adversity that the season pitched at you?
Yeah, this year's been special because, I mean, these guys started their careers, you know, a lot of them did play Pop Warner in junior high. And, you know, there were no real major standouts, and, you know, their successes at times were fleeting, but they continued to play football. And, you know, that alone is a huge, huge, you know, topic of discussion, because, you know, a lot of times people are like, you know, maybe you should give it up, or maybe you should quit. But you know, they stuck it out because they liked football. And, you know, as they got into junior high, into ninth grade, you know, they came into the program and they got acclimated to what we do. And I mean, they just worked and grown. So, like, you know, I mean, I would tell anybody, you know, just because something's tough, just because you don't have early successes, that doesn't mean that you can't eventually become successful. And these guys are a prime example of that. And, you know, now, they're District 4 champions, and they're playing in the Eastern Final. These are things that not many kids can say that they actually have accomplished, and these guys have. So they're going to have that to carry them through their life. And, you know, they're going to go out, they're going to, you know, graduate from high school, go to college, go into service, and, you know, they're going to get jobs, they're going to have families, they're going to come up against adversity. And I think it's going to help them. It's going to help them be successful. It's going to help them, you know, have a better life. And it's not easy. So I think that in itself is what I'm most proud of. It's great to win, you know, it's great to, you know, accomplish goals, win championships. But I think, you know, high school football, participating, doing these things, it teaches these kids so much. And it's going to carry them through their lives.
Absolutely, I agree. And it really helps them with the discipline part that they wouldn't have if they didn't play football or some kind of sport.
Yeah, I mean, the discipline of just, you know, staying the course, I think is half the secret. You know, as I said, as a coach, I mean, you do this for any prolonged amount of time, you're going to be up against it. You know, maybe you're going to be coaching a team that is not going to be as successful as a you know, previous year or years. And, you know, sometimes it can go on for 3, 4, 5, 6 years where you're maintaining, you're teaching, and then all of a sudden you break through. So it says a lot. You know, as a coach, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from the youngsters and the families and the psychology of you know, how we think. And it's pretty special when you reach the pinnacle.
Yep. How much film would you say you watch on a weekly basis on average during the season, and how much does that increase with the playoffs?
Yeah, it's constant, and I think you know, I've been doing this since '96, so I'm kind of an old guy. But you know, we had the old, you know, where you get the TV and you hook up the VCR and all that. I mean, I used to burn them up, and my wife would get, you know, she'd be like, "You did it again, another VCR." So like that was back when we had the tapes.
Yeah.
And I was a young coach, and, you know, I was aspiring to do well, and, you know, so I was always studying the Mount Carmels and the Berwicks and the Southern Columbias and all these great programs. because our business is just a big copycat.
Absolutely.
Game, and so now with these phones, I mean, I can be sitting, anywhere.
You're sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
And you can check out a steal and play. Oh, that's what they did there.
Yeah. So that makes it, where you have your, in my living room, at the dining room, I mean, you have iPads and laptops and your phone. So it's always there, I never watch much television anymore. I watch a lot of YouTube. So, it's like YouTube and, you can pull up just all kinds
anything you want to see
of tape, and even if it's not on your huddle program,
you can find it on there.
Plenty of games. I mean, there were a number of games on Cambria Heights this week. I mean, I study teams up from Kentucky, from out in Illinois. We run the wing T, so it's like there's lots of access to film.
Yep.
So it's constant. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that we can keep track of what the kids watch and what they log on Huddle, but it's endless, and that makes it pretty nice when you have your phone.
Oh yeah.
And you can just get on anytime. Now, it's not as nice when your wife's talking to you because you got to take the garbage out, and you didn't, or you didn't get the laundry out of the dryer. But, or you didn't get over to Wegmans to pick something up.
Yeah, for supper tonight, so now you're going to starve.
You're staring at your phone. Your dog needs out. I can keep going on and on.
Oh, yeah.
And you're staring at film. So that's something I think we need to work on. But it's definitely a labor of love.